This is an Elvis Duran in the Morning Show online exclusive.
All right, what's up, everybody? Garrett hanging out in studio right now. I'm glad to see him. I watch him every week on Glee. Darren Criss. You know him as Blaine, but let's call him Darren Criss today. No Blaine. Blaine.
That's fine.
Let's put Blaine away for Glee talk later. But let's talk about album, selling out a tour. How crazy is it that you say, "Hey, I'm going out on tour," and your tour sells out in seconds?
Dude, it's bananas. It's absolutely bananas. I set a very low bar for myself on a day-to-day basis, and I'm happy with very.
Why do you set a low bar?
So I'm never disappointed. Really, is the answer to that question. So, when you take this kind of leap of faith of, I guess I'm going to put this tour together, and I come from the world of live performance, and I've been playing venues a lot here in the city and in New York and Los Angeles and San Francisco, and we're all over the place. But it's never been a fully fledged tour with my band and all my guys. So. I would have been happy if it was a modest turnout. So the fact that it sold out has exceeded my expectations by a mile.
So let's talk about the new songs because people are curious about it. What's that with this album that you're putting out soon? What are the new songs like? What are they about? What's the feel?
It's feel good music. We want to make it fun and young and immediate and exciting. And I pride myself on being a little left of center and a little more conversational. And there's an absolute imprint. There's some great artists that when you hear a Taylor Swift song, that's like that. That's Taylor. That John Mayer sounds like John Mayer, and hopefully that with the lyrical content that I'm creating, it'll be very clear that this tongue-in-cheek sort of wink at that audience is me.
Well, do you mind if we talk a little Glee?
Sure, I'd love to.
All right, so first, let's talk this. Is Blaine moving to New York? Do you feel that he's moving to New York?
I don't know. We'll see, man. I mean, that's certainly in the cards.
Do you want him to move to New York?
I would love to move to New York, but then again, I'm sort of a New Yorker at heart, so I'd love to be in New York more often, even though it's not really New York. It's Los Angeles and Paramount Studios. But, who knows?
Except for those exterior shots when they fly you to New York just for 10 minutes.
Well, I'm lucky because I'm one of the only cast members that got to live both lives, because I was still in, quote, Lima, Ohio.
Yeah.
But I still got to go to New York quite a bit. So I really did get the best of both worlds. And I don't know, it'd be cool to be in New York. Who knows? Who knows what's up for him? He wants to go. He talks about it all the time. So maybe his dream will come true. I know it's certainly a hassle production-wise to build new sets. So if he was to move to Timbuktu, that might be a hard thing. Hawaii.
Yeah.
Now that I can get behind. The season ends season 4 at regionals. It doesn't end at graduation. So presumably season 5 will pick up. For the rest of the year. So, and presuming that means that the year will maybe end in the middle of season 5. So I'm hoping maybe we pull a Saved by the Bell and get a summer job at the same beach house wherever in Hawaii. That way we can.
And Mario Lopez shows up.
Exactly, which should be fine. We can hang with him. I love Mario.
My favorite song back is when I first got introduced to you was Teenage Dream.
Oh, thanks, man.
I mean, I think that was such a cool cover of a Katy Perry song. You personally, out of your tenure on Glee, do you still have that one that sticks to you and says, "Oh yeah, that will go down in history with me personally"?
Teenage Dream?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, your personal favorite.
Well, that's the answer. I mean, it's sort of this.
Sorry, I stole your answer.
No, but it's the kind of the obvious one. It's the "Don't Stop Believin'" moment for everybody else. It's this lightning in a bottle moment that really has very little to do with me per se. When people say, "I really love your version of X, Y, or Z," you think, well, I just sang on it. There's a whole lot of other things that are happening here. There's a story that you committed yourself to, a character that you bought into. There's a production, and coming from the studio world and music production world, it's very, very impressive what these producers are doing. The Anders brothers are incredible at making these tracks, and in particular, the guy who did the arrangement for these were guys from Tufts University, the Beelzebubs, which are an actual a cappella group. They did this incredible arrangement. So all these things were set up for me, and I'm kind of the last piece that gets to move in. So I feel guilty when people say they dig something that I did because it's
you were part of it though. You were part of something special.
I was a part of it, and I absolutely am so thankful for that. But that was such a turning point for me, and it, like I said, a lightning in a bottle moment where I didn't know it was going to have the effect it did, and I think that comes from the fact that you don't really plan on anything. You just do your best and hope that people respond to it, and they did. And I've been continually overwhelmed and overjoyed with the response to that.
Have you talked to Corey Monteith since the news broke, since he's
I have
got out
not,
of rehab?
but, we're all, you
guys are a family,
we're all family, yeah. We miss him and we wish him well and we look forward to his return. It's really kind of as simple as that.
Now, also, too, you've done a lot over the past few weeks. Let's talk about the GLAAD Awards. You met a lot of people. Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, well, I've... when you say these things where you go to these events, to meet people is a very brief exchange, which is a thrill,
Closer than most, though.
Closer than most, I gotta say. I never thought I'd meet Leonardo DiCaprio in my life, much less the fact that I was backstage during the event, just hanging out, because most people have tables and stuff, but I just wanted to chill. I wasn't feeling too well, and I was sitting backstage. And at one point, and this is absolutely me bragging, / me being completely self-aware of the fact.
A humble brag.
Well, this is just a brag. This is just absolute brag, because this is absurd. If I was bragging like unaware that this was extraordinary, but I full awareness, disclosure, right?
Yeah.
This is crazy. I'm sitting there, and Bill Clinton, Chelsea Clinton, Jennifer Lawrence, Harvey Weinstein, Charlize Theron, depending on how you pronounce it, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Betty White are all just there, waiting to go on stage, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God, don't make a fool of yourself, please."
It sounds like a joke about.
It sounds a joke. Yeah, it's like all these people walk into a bar, and Darren's in it. That's the punchline. I was the punchline to that joke. Yeah, I was really overwhelmed.
And then finally, too, yesterday with the big news with Jason Collins from the NBA coming out and saying, "Hey, I'm proud." You have any thoughts on that?
I think it's wonderful. I mean, I think it's great how a lot of I forget the gentleman from the Ravens. I forget his name. Fantastic guy. How a lot of guys in professional sports are kind of trying to break the stigma, and I think it's a step in the right direction, and it's really commendable. It takes a lot of courage, and it sets a really great example. So I think it's fantastic.
Darren Criss, thank you so much. DarrenCriss.com. Check out all the tour dates, new music. Do you have